I think y'all are missing the big fucking detail here. Like, y'all are focused too fucking hard on all the big people. I get it. We should get them. But they didn't go snatch our kids themselves. They had help from the hospital, from the judge, from the sheriff, from the deputy, from an inmate, from a teacher, from a CPS worker, from an employee, from a neighbor. They had help.
They have come to my bed, and I am no one to kick them out. If they hug me and I find them playing with my cock, I say, good on you, I play with theirs. And I'll do it now and with great pleasure. With 300 or 400 boys who had sex with me from 8 and 10 and 12, 100% have run into my bed, jumped in without my mentioning it, and asked for sex. I have never asked for it. All boys want a lover.
That was Dr. Daniel Gajdusek, who worked for the NIH and won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1976, who lived in Boston's Children's Hospital for 9 years. 9 years he was allowed to live amongst children. He also was allowed to adopt 57 children. Ended up only spending 1 year in prison when this predator admittedly took advantage of 300 to 400 boys between the ages of 8 to 12. Let's check out what Boston Children's Hospital's up to now.
Gender-affirming hysterectomy is very similar to most hysterectomies that occur. Hysterectomy itself is the removal of the uterus, the cervix, which is the opening of the uterus, and the fallopian tubes, which are attached to the sides of the uterus. Some gender-affirming hysterectomies will also include the removal of the ovaries.
So Boston Children's Hospital went from having a doctor living amongst children for 9 years that was preying on children sexually to removing children's body parts.
Never once taken a kid to my bed. They have come to my bed, and I am no one to kick them out. If they hug me and I find them playing with my cock, I say, good on you, I play with theirs. And I'll do it now and with great pleasure. With 300 or 400 boys who had sex with me from 8 and 10 and 12, 100% have run into my bed, jumped in without my mentioning it, and asked for sex. I have never asked for it. All boys want a lover.
That was Dr. Daniel Gajdusek, who worked for the NIH and won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1976, who lived in Boston's Children's Hospital for 9 years. 9 years he was allowed to live amongst children. He also was allowed to adopt 57 children. Ended up only spending 1 year in prison when this predator admittedly took advantage of 300 to 400 boys between the ages of 8 to 12. Let's check out what Boston Children's Hospital's up to now.
Gender-affirming hysterectomy is very similar to most hysterectomies that occur. Hysterectomy itself is the removal of the uterus, the cervix, which is the opening of the uterus, and the fallopian tubes, which are attached to the sides of the uterus. Some gender-affirming hysterectomies will also include the removal of the ovaries.
So Boston Children's Hospital went from having a doctor living amongst children for 9 years that was preying on children sexually to removing children's body parts.
What's her things at the end of the party?
So my dad kills babies and he eats meat.
Okay, let's just talk about the party then, okay? So, the party, what was the party like?
I don't like the party.
Why not?
They touch me,
Who?
kick me, my front privates to hurt me. So when they stick a big plastic ring in my bottom and it bleeds, and if I cry, do you know those spaghetti spoons? Yeah, those spaghetti spoons.
Okay. What I'd like to go about, I just want to talk about just the party day. So I don't want to hear about anything else other than that day, okay? So all the stuff that's happened on different days, we will talk about, I promise, but not until after we've spoken about the party day.
Now,
Exactly, perfect. So you're at the party, you said you didn't really like the party.
No, I hate it.
Why do you hate the party?
They hit me. They do all kind of stuff, and I'm a
Who's
vegan.
they?
I'm a
Who's
vegan. What? Who's that?
You said they hit me. Who's they? Who hit you?
My dad, all the teachers, my dad's friends,
Where did they
and
hit
also
you?
the parents do it too. And they're really mean to me, really mean.
And
Well,
what's
I think we
happening?
all knew it was going to be horrific, and we don't even know the half of it, but it is worse than we were all expecting. But I'll tell you one thing that it has proved. Watching the administration dodge it and try to hurry it up and move along. I just saw today they don't think the American people should be talking about this anymore.
I think it's really time for the country to get onto something else. Now that nothing came out about me.
Well, I got news for you. The American people are the ones that voted you in. We're the ones that voted you in, and we told you what we wanted before your ass got in there. And you're not doing it. None of these people that we elected. It's pathetic. And so what it shows is a two-tier justice system, just like we all suspected and we've been talking about for years. The two-tier justice system. Why would you not investigate every single son of a bitch that went to that island? Doesn't mean they're all guilty. Doesn't mean that at all. But it at least calls for some type of investigation, not just sweeping the shit under the rug like they always do, and they always have done. They bat this shit around. They get people all fired up. And then there's no justice. None. I'll tell you what, though. There sure as hell would be if it would have been me and you. But nope. The political elites answer to no one. No one. That's how it goes. That's how it's been for a long, long time. Unbelievable. You know, I don't even see right or left, Republican, Democrat, black, white. I don't see any of that shit anymore. I see good, and I see a whole lot of evil. And those are the two categories that we need to be concerned about. They are legitimately, proactively protecting. They are protecting by redacting the abuser's name. The White House, listen up, everybody. The White House is protecting. You hear that? They're protecting. That's what they're doing.
What they are doing to young children, that's basically what they're doing to the rest of us too. They are screwing over American citizens. This is the crucial issue. Everyone is being raped by this ring of pedophiles one way or another. It's not something that doesn't touch you. It's something that is has the greatest influence on your quality of life, is the fact that this wealthy ring of pedophiles is controlling the U.S. government. It's the single greatest influence on the quality of our lives here in America. There's absolutely no reason we could not have a thriving economy for everyone and enough for everyone. The only reason so many people are suffering is because these people are making it that way. It's not inevitable. The suffering of American citizens is not inevitable, it's intentional. And these are the people who have been intending to do it and are doing it. Their only aim is to extract as much wealth from the American people as possible. And that means make your life as hard as they can and still keep you working and upholding the corrupt system.
Since Live Touch is in the files, I found my Live Touch pictures. Right? You know, dress your best. It's school picture day. And now I'm starting to think, was this all so that they could have pictures to line us up on a wall for pedos to choose from, you know, decide which kids that they wanted to take and which kids that they didn't. I mean, let's talk about this. If you look at the back, it gives you your full address. You know, you give them your full address. They knew exactly where to come. Okay, not only that, I just saw this on the back I haven't noticed. Just say no to drugs, okay? In the 80s and 90s, that was a huge thing, especially in the 90s dare. Okay, but if you would so write them, then they would have access to a kid? You know, then they would have a way to talk to you because you're sending them a letter for a booklet? No. One more thing. Minnesota's been in the news a lot lately, so I just think it's ironic that that's where it's located. It's located in Minnesota. So basically, school picture day was really just dressing up for your best for pedos. Okay, thank God my mom permed my bangs and they didn't want me. Because I promise you, if they would have offered her money, she probably would have sold me.
Why are Republicans so interested in Bill and Hillary Clinton? It's because they're trying to distract from the fact that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files thousands and thousands of times. In those files, there's highly disturbing allegations of Donald Trump raping children, of Donald Trump threatening to kill children. So I encourage the press to go look at these allegations, and I'm highly disturbed that Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche just got the law wrong. Yesterday, he said, essentially, that it is not a crime to party with Jeffrey Epstein. Well, that's actually not correct. If Jeffrey Epstein was human trafficking minors for these sex parties, and you show up and patronize the establishment at that party, yes, you're guilty, because patronizing is part of the law, of the federal sex trafficking law. So Deputy General Todd Blanche just got that wrong, which maybe explains why they aren't investigating all these folks, including Donald Trump. He needs to read the law and investigate these people. He also needs to resign, not only for not knowing the law, but a massive, not only screw up, but the biggest privacy violation in history. They release a lot of pictures of minors unredacted, just violated the privacy of these girls. It is uncalled for what they did. The one thing that they could not do under this law was to invade the privacy of these women now, who were girls at the time, who were victims of sex trafficking. Also, he met with Ghislaine Maxwell, moved her to minimum security prison, and then got a puppy for her. So for all those reasons, he's just got to leave the Department of Justice.